Today we are going to be taking a look at the artwork and the beautiful, beautiful designs throughout the game that we love. And today we're going to be talking about the Venom Archetype. We just made a video diving into all of the old Venom cards, why they didn't work, reliving some nostalgic cards throughout Yu-Gi-Oh! And today I wanted to take a look at just the artwork behind the cards because I've always loved the Venom cards. I've always found them very nostalgic at this point. Let's get straight into it with the first two cards over here. We have Venom Boa and Venom Cobra. Again, we're not going to be talking about what these cards do and how poor they are, but it's just something about it, especially something like Venom Cobra, guys. The design is so nostalgic. It kind of has like that really, really old Yu-Gi-Oh! Aesthetic to it, if you know what I'm talking about. I think it's awesome, dude. I think it looks really cool. It's like again, you don't see Yu-Gi-Oh! Diving into that, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's old. You can tell it's a very, very old card. And Venom Boa, very cool too. Looks like it's part of the Shadow Realm. Love the three eyes on it. Love the little, I don't even know what you would call it, the spikes hanging down from the chin. And I love that the tail on Venom Boa is also its own snake. Very, very cool looking card. We're starting off strong with the Venom cards over here. And we also have Venom Serpent and Venom Snake. This is where you get a little bit more bland with the designs while they're still cool, while they still represent the archetype well. Like, I like the Serpent having two heads. I think that's pretty cool, but it's still like you're a little bit more generic two-headed dragon over here. Same with Venom Snake. I like the detail on them. I still like that they look like they're kind of like part of the Shadow Realm a little bit, but at the end of the day, these cards aren't really like all that to write home about. So far, I've really liked Venom Boa. Let's continue on over to Venom Burn and Venom Shot. One that I do love is Venom Shot. Venom Burn, it represents the trap very well. It represents kind of like a Venom counter as well, kind of like what you've seen from the show, but I love Venom Shot. I love that it lives up to its effect too with Venomanaga, the deity of poisonous snakes, or the king of the poisonous snakes. You attach the Venom Shot card onto one of them, and I'm pretty sure we've seen this in the show back in the day too, but my knowledge on the show is a little bit rusty. Dude, I think it looks very cool. I love when you have that monster in the artwork and then you're having like a new power to that monster, and I like how it literally just ended up shooting that shot, and you can see all of like the whatever it is coming out of the serpent's mouth. I love the glowing eye. Another POV of the king of the poisonous snakes. This looks very, very, very nice. I've always loved the artwork behind the Venom cards, guys, and one that I particularly really loved is Venom Swamp. I think it looks great, dude. I think it looks so cool. Like, I don't know what it is. Not that a swamp is like pretty at all, but I think back to the show as well, and I love like kind of almost what the field spell represents, where it's like the monsters are kind of getting weak within the swamp. You can see the bones of one of the monsters. I love like the dark kind of gloominess throughout it. I love the dead trees. I love the grass kind of hanging over. It's like a very, very creepy swamp. I like it a lot. And dude, when you take a look at Ambush Fangs, man, you can just tell it is just a very, very, very old card there, to the point where I couldn't even get like a high quality PNG for you over here, dude. I mean, it does a good job representing what the card does, but I just look at that, I'm like, oh man, that is an old card. Yet still a little bit nostalgic, you know what I mean? I think it's well done though. Let's continue on over to the next set of cards over here. A little bit better we continue with. We have Snake Deity's Command and Rise of the Snake Deity. Snake Deity's Command, I think it's really cool, man. It's like you have all of the snakes, and it's stopping basically something that the opponent's doing, obviously. But what I love about it is you have Venomanaga at the back there. It's a very, very hidden detail, and you don't notice it until you start really, or I mean, I didn't notice it until you start really paying attention to the piece of artwork there. But I love how she's commanding all of the snakes within the background. You can see the glowing eyes. You can see the figure kind of hiding while the person that you're negating doesn't even really notice it. Very, very cool card. And I just love in general Rise of the Snake Deity. I think it is such a cool card. I think Venomanaga is such a cool design. It's like a cooler version of Medusa, in my opinion. I love how like you have the shadowy figure there with the classic Yu-Gi-Oh-ish background. I love how she's coming out of the mud there. Very, very, very cool design for both of these cards over here. Some of my favorite within the archetype. Let's continue on, guys, over to the next two. We have Venomanaga, the deity of poisonous snakes, and Venomenon, the king of poisonous snakes. Both of these are incredible. I particularly like Venomanaga, the deity of poisonous snakes. I think she's really cool. It's always crazy to me how some of these cards are like sneaky built. You know what I mean? Like the abdomen, and then you have the breasts. Like, yeah, it's funny how you don't notice it until you really pay attention to Yu-Gi-Oh! But I love how you have like this little character with the Medusa. Well, I mean, in comparison to the rest of the card, it looks little, with the Medusa-like snakes for the hair, but you have this ginormous snake as the tail. You have these ginormous snakes like twirled around, taking over her arms and kind of doing like, you know, the two snakes are acting like her arms over there. And I love, even off the tongue of one of the snakes, you have yet another snake. This represents that boss monster incredibly well. And for the King of the Poisonous Snakes, it looks great too. You have a snake within a snake covered by snakes. The arms are still snakes again. The character's still a snake with a cape and with like a oddly golden crown suit type thing. You would think that it would all be made by snakes, just like Venom and Aga is, but still, both of them look very, very nice in my opinion. This has been one of my favorite archetypes to ever take a look at, guys, but unfortunately, some of these videos do have to conclude pretty quickly, so why don't you check out another card art commentary right here if you want to keep breaking down some of the best artwork in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, everybody.